Okay, guys. Here's a little arm lock that I like to do from side control. I had a lot of success with. There's a bunch of ways that you can set it up, but we're going to show from north-south on how to get to this mounted arm lock from the north-south setup. Okay. So I'm north-south here, and I have double overhooks. Okay, and my opponent has a good control. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a side, and I'm going to lay my hip on that side of his head. I don't want to be on that side. I want his head over here, and I'll show you from a couple different angles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this arm down and bring my near side knee over top to isolate. Now with my far arm, what I'm going to do, first I'm going to block the hip, and my far arm's going to swing behind the head to trap. Now with my legs here, I'm going to switch staple. Okay, as you see, I have, if it just a little bit, as you see what I have is I have his arm wrapped across his body into my armpit, not a head and arm choke. A head and arm choke will be here. This one is, there's a couple of neck cranks, but we're gonna go to the arm lock. I have his arm isolated. A lot of times when you have the arm isolated, guys are trying to get it free, so when I remove the isolation, guys' arms come up a lot because they're trying to try to escape, okay? So from here, if I can keep them flat, this is perfect. But a lot of times, the guy is good enough to get to his side. They start to move up to his side here, and I'm trying to flatten, but it's difficult. So what I'm gonna do with my left hand is I'm gonna go thumb inside of the collar, grab a good handful, and watch, I straighten my arm as I flatten him down, okay? Now, my right arm's gonna block the hip, and I'm gonna slide my knee right up towards the head. Like I said, guys, a lot of times this arm comes up, so it's just gonna allow me to transition right into my S-mount position here. When I go to the S-mount, I don't want to give him all the space where he can start to play with these defenses. So if I did the move correctly, his arm should almost be tucked into my armpit. I'm going to bring this arm back, just controlling it so he can't defend. Hug the arm, never with my hands, but with my arms. I keep a hold of both arms, so now he can't defend. If I don't control this arm, he's going to be able to bring this arm back and put his other hand to his bicep or to his hands and be able to start defending, which is great. We can still finish the arm lock, but it just makes things a little more difficult. I go here, and I can close this space off like so. It's harder for him to escape. Open my hips, slide my leg across, sit, and I never let go of this. I keep my elbow nice and tight, sit back, finish the arm lock. Watch again, slide this way. Same thing, just scoop it right there. Okay, so watch again. I start north-south with double overhooks, okay? I'm gonna choose the side first. I isolate just his head and his arm on one side. I choose one side, and I'm gonna put a staple on this side over here, okay, to isolate the arm. I like to block the hip so he doesn't move his hips and everything. See, he's gonna walk his hips. He's gonna be trying to move, so I need to block the hip. I stay very low. Switch the staple. Arm goes under the head. This is uncomfortable for your opponent. He should feel a little stretch in his shoulders here, and I can give a good start trying to do like some neck cranks from this position, but we want the arm lock. Okay, I still have the staple here. Again, if I can control him to stay down, I'll enter right into the S-mount. But this time, my opponent's able to start sitting up to his side. I can't flatten him out. It's difficult. If I wait here too long, he will trap the guard. So I put my thumb into the collar here. Look, I straighten my arm, and when I do that, my forearm will go across his jaw to turn his face to the other side to flatten him back down. From here, I slide my knee. It's very important we stay super tight. I slide my knee, and I want to make it one motion. I don't want to go one and then try to drag my heel in. I want it to be one motion, because remember, when I let go of the staple, the guy's arm is usually coming up to try to defend. A lot of guys will see the arm lock from this, especially when you're starting to enter here. They know the arm lock's coming. So right as I enter in, this arm comes up, and I go right into the S-mount. If it does not come up, maybe the guy's smart and keeps it down. Two options. Either I can scoop it up, or a lot of guys are keeping it tight. I can go over top and just trap his wrist. But for today, trap the arm, sit up, isolate the arm, trap here, rotate. Trap, sit, finish. Take the arm. Never finish with just a hug. You may be able to finish that way from time to time, but it's going to be much better to control the wrist here. lean back and finish. Details, stack the toes, pinch the knees so it's harder for him to escape here. If I open my knees, look at this. Stay where you're at. If I open my knees, now he taps. I had to go all the way down. I still got the submission, but look what happens when I pinch my knees. Much tighter, okay? Guys, you can do this submission from so many different angles. Maybe I'm here, and he turns into the side control. Same move. Okay? Same move from just a different angle. Okay? Get creative, try your own setups. Remember, always try to look for the concepts and not just the technique, guys. To see where else you can use these moves and get into this situation, okay? Good. Hope you enjoy.